I've been having a hard time recording videos lately because I feel like I'm in a waiting season, and waiting is always so difficult to do. I was reminded that waiting is just part of life, and even if I don't have all the answers that I need right now for our Blaxit, because I can be a little impatient, there's still things that I can do in the waiting. And I was reminded that there were seasons in the past where I was in that season of waiting to get married, waiting to graduate from my PhD, waiting to have kids. And what did I do in these seasons? Well, one of the things that I did when I was waiting to find my husband was read a lot of books like these ones. I don't even know why I still have these books, but I've had those for like 20 years probably, like the Sassy Single and Satisfied book, If Men Are Like Buses, How Do I Catch One? I mean, let me know in the comments if you have one of those books. Those were like the books to read if you wanted to find a mate, if you were in that waiting season. And also other faith-based books like Lady in Waiting. I've always said that one of the hardest things that I've done in my life was getting my PhD. It was harder than having kids, because when you're pregnant, you have a deadline. You know that by 9 months from now, you're going to have your baby, right? But when you are doing your PhD, I didn't have a deadline. It was all up to me, all up to how fast I can get the field work done, how fast I can get the research done, the writing, all of it to be done by me, and then hopefully being approved by my committee. If they had some changes that they would suggest, then it would take longer. So it really took a long time. But what did I do in the process? And in today's video, I wanted to share that with you because I'm in this season of waiting, which is not necessarily very fun, but at the same time, I had to remind myself that there's a lot of things that you can do while you are waiting for that big break, while you're waiting for that big move, while you're waiting for the big answer, no matter the area of your life, whether it's to have kids, to be married, to have a job, to Blaxit, whatever it is, there are things that you can do in the waiting season. Last Sunday at church, the sermon was actually about that. It was about that waiting season and how God really transforms you during that waiting season, because most of the time we want something specific and we ask God for something very specific, and God allows us to be in a waiting season, not so much so that we get the thing that we are praying for, but so that we can be transformed during that season. And then you realize that the thing you prayed for is not really something that you really need right now. So what are some of the things that we can do in this waiting season, and the things that I'm embracing in this waiting season? Praising God in advance for the things that He has promised, the things that He has planned for me, because I know that His plans are better than my plans. So I can plan our perfect Blaxit, and I'm rejoicing in advance because I know that His plan is going to be better than mine. So even if I think that my plan is good, I know that His plan is going to be better. So I'm already happy about it. Okay, so that's the first thing that I'm doing in this waiting season, praising God, being thankful for what is to come that I don't even know yet. Second thing is give and serve. We always say that giving is better than receiving. So how can I support other people while I am in my season of waiting? What can I give as well? How can I serve? Whether it's people in my YouTube community like you, or other strangers down the street from me, right? How can I give myself to other people, whether it's professionally, financially, spiritually, in any other way that I can? What can I do so it's not just about me, and give me, but how can I also help somebody's life be better? Another practical thing that you can do is to learn more. Keep doing the research. That's something that I had to do during my PhD, is learn more, read other dissertations and see how other people wrote their dissertations so that I can improve my own style and be better and then graduate. So what can you learn from other people who are doing the things that you want to do? People who are ahead of the game, whether it's in business or it's in the Blaxit movement. What can you learn from other people? And I don't want you to get lost in comparing yourself with other people. You are running your own race. They are running their own race. Their family situation is different from yours. So don't compare yourself to others and say that, well, because they have this and I don't have this. It doesn't matter. Use it as inspiration to tell yourself that it's possible. Don't use it as a comparison and as a way to limit yourselves and limit your plans. Once you learn from other people, you need to take action. What can you do? Small daily steps or small weekly steps, things that you can do now. Like, even though I don't even know where we're going yet, what can I do now? And I had to remind myself that there are things that I can do. I can clean up the garage. I can start shredding things. I can donate certain things. I can sell certain things. I can make more money. There are things that I can do today instead of just moping around and feeling sorry for myself and like, oh, I don't know where I'm going. Is this really moving forward? Are we actually going anywhere? So instead of being in this unproductive questioning, let me be productive and do something small. It doesn't matter. Something small that you can do today. I could clean up this office, actually, now that I think about it. I could do that today. And that's still progress moving forward toward the goal. And last but not least, this is something that I've done for many, many years. I think since I was a teenager or since I was a kid, is to visualize it. You have to see it before you believe it. Seeing it, it does something to your brain. When you visualize it, when you play the whole game in your mind, it really does something to your brain. It's like it's telling your brain that this has already happened. I'm telling you from personal experience, when you visualize something, like even if it's a situation where you have to go talk to somebody or pitch something or have an interview and you play it positively, the whole thing, sounds, colors, how things smell, what are you seeing, what are you hearing, everything. Play it in your mind. Close your eyes and play the whole scenario. If you do it before you go to bed, you might actually wake up feeling better, feeling more at peace, knowing that this has already happened. Like your brain thinks that it has already happened because you played the whole thing. That's why it's important to actually play all the details. And that's the essence of faith, right? You have to see it before it happens. That's how faith is. You have to believe that it's going to happen before it actually happens in real life. So this is something that I highly, highly, highly encourage you to do. Visualize it. The day that you leave in your house, maybe your parents are dropping you off to the airport, going through TSA, going to the lounge, getting on the plane. What are you eating on the plane? How long is the plane ride? All of these things, all of these details that you can play in your mind already. What I really want you to remember is that this waiting season is not a denial. Delay is not denial, right? You've heard that before. This is a season to be transformed, to be improved, a season where you might be tested. Yes, like nobody likes to wait, right? But at the same time, you know that you're going to come out of this season a better version. You're going to be stronger. You're going to be more resilient. You're going to be clearer on the things that you have to do. Don't lose hope. Know that there's a reason why you're going through this waiting season. You can rest assured knowing that God's got you. Like He has a whole plan for you, a plan that is better than your own plan. And that to me, it's everything, right? I can rest assured that He's got me no matter what plan I'm putting together. I don't have to worry about it. It's easier said than done. I know, because I can worry about certain things. But at the same time, I don't want to lose hope. There are things that need to happen before we make the big move. There are things that still need to happen. So be patient. Be patient. It's hard to be patient, but I want you to know that this is strengthening you. It's making you more resilient. Waiting is training, right? It's a way to transform you and your character. So I wanted to encourage you today. No major news for us, right? We're still in the trenches, still deciding, okay, where we're going to go, Cameroon or Cote d'Ivoire. But I really was in this season of a little bit of frustration where I was like, well, I don't have anything new to tell people on YouTube about, okay, the progress that we're making, or we got the visas, or we applied for this, or we're looking for a house, or none of that yet. And I felt a little defeated, to be honest. But then that message on Sunday at church, it really boosted me more, right? And I had to remind myself that, okay, you know what? This is not my first rodeo. There are other situations in my life and in your life as well, where we've all had to wait for certain things, right? And it was worth it at the end, okay? Not yet doesn't mean no. Not yet just means just wait a little bit more, okay? And we need to have the right attitude while we wait. It's not about being all defeated and frustrated and negative during the waiting season, but to rejoice in advance for what's to come. I hope this was encouraging for you today. I know it was for me, so I wanted to make sure that I share it with you. If you're in a waiting season, let me know so we can encourage each other. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are about today's video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like as always. share it with a friend, and of course, subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss any of my video progress when I announce something new or when I share something that I'm doing right now in this season, such as creating programs to help you grow your own online business, just like I am growing my own online business. If you're specifically interested in growing your own online business, make sure you check out the link in the description of this video where you'll get all the details on how I can help you do that. Until next time, bye.